She's gone from bombs to blackboards. Kathy Boudin?
Boudin.
Thank you. Was a member of the terrorist organization known as the Weather Underground. Had nothing to do with weather, by the way. Was a fugitive for over a decade and drove the getaway car for the 1981 Brinks robbery that left one security guard and 2 police officers dead. Now, she's an Ivy League professor. We gotta get rid of the phrase Ivy League. Yes, Boudin was paroled in 2003 after serving 22 years in prison and is now somehow an adjunct, whatever that is, professor of social work at Columbia University, the very school she unsuccessfully plotted to bomb in 1970. But thankfully, Hollywood is here to set the record straight. Just kidding. Robert Redford's new flick, The Company You Keep, opens Friday. It's a fictional account of a couple of Weather Underground fugitives, or fugitives, as I like to call them. Based on the 1981 robbery, Boudin was part of. How many times have I ruined her name? Take a look, lookers.
FBI, don't move! Hands in the air!
You are under arrest for the murder of Hugh Crossley.
Sharon Solars, one of the longest-standing fugitives on the FBI's most wanted list, was arrested yesterday, 30 years after the notorious bank robbery that claimed the life of a guard.
She's so heroic. Naturally, the film is getting glowing reviews because, as Variety's reviewer says, there is something undeniably compelling, perhaps even romantic, about America's 60s radicals. Yeah, I think we all miss the days of romantic cop killers. Isn't that right, dog, who hears wolves on TV? Yeah, we get it. Your dog does that too. That's what everybody's thinking right now. All right, Moynihan.
Yeah.
You got a piece coming out
I
tomorrow,
do.
don't you?
I have to go write it tonight.
So you're doing a trend
Yeah.
piece basically on how many murderers are in academia now.
And attempted murderers.
Yes, yeah.
Because the thing about these people is they usually suck at it.
Yeah, that's
shockingly.
true.
They suck at politics and they suck at killing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't always suck. And in
Yeah.
the case with Kathy Boudin, it sounded like, by the way, you were saying that she was in the band The Bodines.
I know.
Oh, they're so good.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the quote from Variety, which I actually hadn't seen, that there's something romantic about this. There's nothing romantic about this. And on Kathy Boudin's point, the thing that she was convicted on second-degree murder was the Brinks robbery in 1981.
Yeah.
She was a white, upper middle class member of an organization calling itself the Black Guerrilla Army, who killed Waverly Brown,
a black
the
police
first
officer.
black police officer in the Nyack police force, left his kid fatherless. There's nothing romantic about that. This woman is a Class A rat bag, and she should not be in any university. She shouldn't even be out of prison.
She should be probably, you know where.
Where?
Bill's apartment. No, she should be locked. She should be locked away in a horrible. No, I think he looked. The police officer was the first black police officer, and left 3 kids. I think a total of 9.
Member of the NAACP.
Yeah.
Used to hand out turkeys on Thanksgiving.
But dead
to poor
in the
families.
name of black militant group. Jonathan, you were saying in the green room that she has paid her debt to society. I was shocked you say that.
Well, look, first of all, I would say, to Michael's point, I would say universities are exactly where you would expect to find Class A ratbags. But we talk about recidivism a lot, and from people who've been in prison. She served 22 years. She is not recidivized, or whatever the actual verb would be.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. Smart enough to go. But rehab is not such a bad thing. I think she's served her time. She's now out. She's got almost a real job. And I don't see the problem here. I think people are coming at it from a purely political point of view. I would challenge some of those criticizing it if this was a person on the right-hand side of the political spectrum.
But there never is.
Never happened. I used to work for Pinochet. Let me go work at BU. I mean, never going to happen.
There has never been a right-leaning killer.
No, but I'm saying who's got
recidivized.
Actually, is employed by Columbia University. There shouldn't.
The one thing
So
is,
are we attacking just Columbia, or are we attacking her?
Well, actually, the story
Everything.
here is she's been at Columbia since 2008, and she just got a distinguished professorship at NYU.
I want to go to you, Remy, but I disagree with Jonathan in the sense that she's getting a rehab because she's seen as heroic. As somebody who fought against the system and killed people, allowed her the chance to be in college.
Look, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not going to.
Neither have I.
I'm not going to comment on that. But I don't think she's being seen as heroic. I think she is being seen as the example to so many other criminals.
Yes.
What she did was atrocious. And what did she do? She drove the getaway car in a felony murder where 3 people died. She was sentenced to 22 years in prison. I am not saying that this is a good person, but she has managed to turn her life around.
She's never showed
And-
she's never showed true remorse, has she?
No, that's not true. I mean, what do you base that on? That is not
based
true.
on the fact that I've never heard her actually express true remorse.
Spent all of her time in prison, from the research I've done today, educating herself. Well, this is
it's more than
educating
I've done.
herself. She has been working with AIDS and HIV patients.
What if she?
And she has become a teacher about not.
So I can kill
No,
people,
no, no.
and then as long as I work with AIDS patients.
No, you get convicted, you serve your sentence, and then you make a better life for yourself. She is not espousing political views. She is not espousing criminal activity. She is saying
She's at Columbia. Of course she will.
no. She's talking about how to re-enter society after you've gone through something like this.
You don't think she's still a hardcore leftist?
But I will
whose
say
kids
she
were raised by-
has gone through nothing. The people that have gone through things are the people who were left without parents for the people
I'm
she
not
killed.
saying she's a victim. I'm not saying that she should be sympathized, but I'm saying you cannot hold her, you cannot continue to condemn her as this awful person and prevent her from doing anything like work.
Go ahead.
It's not about preventing. I mean, obviously you get fired from a university for kicking somebody in the ass, and you get a job if you kill somebody. I think this is a problem. The thing is not that she's being, praised as heroic or something. It's about why you commit crimes. And this, I've said this on the show before, is that, look, if you are going to commit a crime, tell somebody that you're doing it for the poor. Or you're doing it for some aggrieved group. They say, she was, overwhelmed by the spirit of the times. Would you get a job at Columbia? This is what I want to know. If you just shot your wife in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
And then served your 22 years, got your... Is she the only person, by the way, at Columbia with a correspondence degree? She got her degree in prison.
That's a good idea. But so you've convinced me. If I shoot Bill in the face and say I'm doing it to help the poor, I get away with it?
Yes, you get a job.
Bill.
A better
You
job.
can't shoot
Tenure.
one poor person to help a bunch of poor people.
What if
That'll work.
What if I'm raising awareness of the plight of the poor by shooting you?
Exactly.
Someone would have to literally raise me because my head would be blown off and sort of parade me around and say, don't be like this guy.
We can get
It
volunteers.
makes no sense.
But I think it's an interesting thing you're bringing up. Is it worse because she had a political agenda when she killed someone? Does the random gangbanging shooting, is it not as
They
bad?
don't get a job. at
No,
Columbia.
I hold these to the same standard.
No, but that seems to be what
Nobody
you're
else
saying,
does.
because crime is a crime. I deal with criminals on a daily basis, and I don't think a motivation to commit one crime or the other should make anyone any more or less responsible for what they did.
Yeah, you seem
agree.
angrier because of
Yeah.
the politics of this.
No, I
Well,
think
the politics are essential to this. The politics.
I
you
disagree.
make
In
a
your
film.
mind.
No,
In your
no,
mind.
well, of course it's in my mind.
I think-
Where else would it be? In my pants?
With your conspiracy theory.
well,
You don't make films praising people who committed crimes that didn't do it politically.
But is
the
it the film?
Robert Redford film. No, this has been going on for years. The number of people that were a member of Weather that are now in universities is quite shocking. You should probably read my piece. That'll be tomorrow.
I'm going to
or
read your
next
piece
day.
tomorrow. I'm sorry, we have to take a break because we're up against a hard break. That's TV for we're running out of time. All right, do you have a comment on the show? We should have started the show with this topic. We
Yeah,
could have gone for
I'm
an
all
hour.
angry now.
You are angry. I think you're going to punch Jonathan, but he likes that because he's British.
Former Weather Underground member Kathy Boudin, hired by Columbia. We should point out, the same people who glibly call Tea Partiers terrorists romanticize actual terrorists.
Good point.
Someone needs to make that point.
I'm going to make that point in my next book.
Yeah.
Stuff I take from Andy.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke, and then I thought people won't know it's a joke, so the best part of this, by the way, Boudin's bio on the Columbia website somehow manages never to mention any of the Weather Underground stuff, but it does say, Dr. Kathy Boudin has been an educator and counselor with experience in program development since 1964. Yeah. Working within communities with limited resources to solve social problems and supporting individuals to overcome their own odds and develop a sense of strength and direction. Yeah.
The NYU press release referred to her as a human rights activist.
God.
Blow up a building and.
Jonathan and Remy, you both were kind of all for Columbia hiring this murderer. And Remy, you challenged Greg's assertion that she's never shown any remorse. A couple things. I want to point out, when she took part in the Brinks robbery in 1981, she was 38 years old.
Yes.
So you can't even say, oh, this was youthful
But I
stupidity.
didn't say that.
No, I know. I just want to point that out.
I also didn't say that Columbia should have hired her.
I understand that. I just want to point that out, that this was a full-on adult stupidity.
Yes. She's a criminal.
Yeah. That's it. Michael, do you want to handle the question of whether she's ever shown any remorse?
Well, she claims to have shown remorse in her 2003 appeal hearing, where she says she's very sorry, but of course doesn't cop to a lot of the things that everybody else has said. That, you know, she knew when the house blew up. There's a lot of stuff. She says she's remorseful, but she was trying to get out of prison. That's my take.
All right. And just lastly, I'd probably give the Redford movie, The Company You Keep, a pass, but, you know, Anna Kendrick's in it.
You like Anna Kendrick?
Big fan.
Somebody's got her following him on Twitter. That's what this comes down to.
That's sadly not true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pitch Perfect, great movie.
No.
Pitch Perfect.
That was a great movie.
What's it about?
Pitch Perfect was probably the most purely enjoyable movie of last year. I will say
Other
that.
than Magic Mike.
I will say that.
I
honestly haven't seen Magic Mike.
Don't say it.
Can we be real for a
tonight.
second? I finally saw Magic Mike before we did that Man on the Street. Wasn't that great?
Oh, you
Wasn't that great?
It was fabulous.
What is
I'm being real about y'all.
What is Pitch Perfect about? Is it like about soccer?
No, that would be stupid. It's
That's Fever Pitch.
it's about college glee clubs.
Yes.
It was a great movie.
What is
Just thinking about it
happening
makes
here?
me nauseous.
Well, he's answered my question about why he doesn't have a girlfriend.
It's an excellent movie. It'll make you feel
We're
good.
talking about Glee Club and male stripper movies and how much we all love them.
Yes.
Good God,
Yes,
man.
we are.
I wanted to
Yes,
like
we
Magic
do.
Mike.
All right. Are you done?
I am done.
Go away.